Bruins friends, it's time to hug it out! Because that is a 4-3 overtime victory against the Chicago Blackhawks. Welcome back down into the den, everybody. Oh, look at you, being able to actually play a game. Hey, you're playing later tonight, okay? Let me know how that goes. Alright. Thanks, Macklin. We sort of got a little bit more cemented with this game. Before we get into just how much this roster and performance we got cemented, I need you all to drop a like, comment, share, and subscribe. We have just recently eclipsed 365 subscribers. We got a subscriber for every day of the year. Ain't that something? Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much for the support. By the way, I have a bunch of projects in the works right now, and I plan on to deliver on every single one of them. I got an NFL video in the works. I got a video about Matt Sundin. I got a video about D1 college hockey. You guys are gonna be eating really good under me. And unlike your dad, I'm actually gonna come back with the milk this time. But the Bruins, coming off of a really strong win against the Capitals, a really strong statement win, this was a little bit more of a gimme game. And I struggled to find comfort in the idea of a gimme game, because I think it's proper to operate under the assumption that any team in the NHL can appropriately whoop your ass under the correct circumstances. So, let's get into it. We got Korpisalo in net against Arvid Soderblom. Puck drops, and one thing is immediately apparent. The third line actually has a little bit of an identity now. We got Mikey Asimont and Tanner Jeannot on the flanks, with Fraser Minten up the gut.
Hey baby, I hear the blues are calling, toss salads and scram.
And this, more than anything, was our generator line. And I think that is the proper usage of a third line. A third line should be there to be the generator of your momentum. Something that can lay the body enough to halt the opponent's momentum, while also being enough speed to bring it back your way. And oh my god, was that apparent. Tanner Jeannot. A lot of people had their doubts on him, and I don't blame them. I really don't blame people for having their doubts on Jeannot. Because after his, second season, he was not great. He hasn't really been great since, his second season in the league. He showed both the alpha and the omega of his game. The first goal, amazing. Incredible. The exact type of net front presence that this team needs. But so much of it afterwards. I was sold on you because of net front presence. And you allow 4 shots to come on your stick afterwards, and not one of them finds the back of the net when you are right in front of the net. What? I can't blame Jeannot too much. I can't really blame this entire team too much, because if there was one player that was keeping the Blackhawks in this game, it was Arvid Soderblom. It wasn't anyone else on their roster, even though they have 2 of the most terrifying young players in the league in Connor Bedard, and there will never be anything in this universe that will convince me not to be terrified when the puck is on Frank Nazar's stick. And Nazar had a really good night. Bedard, let's not mince words, Bedard played really well. His goal was almost entirely because both Yoki Haru and Sean Corrali decided right next to each other to put their thumbs up their asses and instead just jiggle their prostate instead of actually do anything productive. People are going to blame the goal on Zadorov for the turnover and the finished check, but I usually blame the goals on who is the last line of defense. And maybe that's not necessarily the best way to look at it, But at the same time, how are both of you right near Connor Bedard, a player that has been so highly touted that the moment that he scored his very first goal in the NHL, he was already being compared to Wayne Gretzky? How do you allow that dude right behind you and neither of you do anything to stop him? There was two things that defined this game. It was really weird penalty calls from the refs, and oh my god, this game got chippy. This game got really chippy. Weird penalty calls from the refs, nothing new. One, it's the NHL, and two, the refs are already in mid-season form. There were like 6 penalty calls on the Bruins last game, so I'm not surprised that that is what's happening right now. There were some penalties that were just like, that's not how that goes. And the chippiness, it gets to a point, man. It gets to a point. When Joonas Korpisalo is giving you a face wash, you might want to hang it up. You might want to hang up the skates there. And Corpy, amazing job from him. Amazing job from him. And this was definitely one of those games where, like, yeah, he let in 3 goals. It was mostly on the defense. Zadorov and Yoki Haru, I praised that pairing a lot last game. Neither of them had a great night tonight. McAvoy had a mediocre night. There wasn't really anybody on the defense that played spectacularly this game. Like, all of the top performers, there's forwards. Casey Middlestat, forward. Pavel Zacha, forward. Freaking Tanner Jeannot, at some points, forward. David Pastrnak, forward. Elias Lindholm, oh my god. It's kind of crazy that right now the Elias Lindholm contract is actually kind of looking not bad considering how good he started this season. And I know, it's only 2 games in. I'm allowed to be happy. Carrying momentum into the final frame, and especially into overtime. And Fraser Minten, with the readjustment. Oh, we're so back. I don't want to jump the gun. I want to see guys like Lysell, guys like Patra, guys that we have been waiting on for years to make an impact at the NHL level. I cannot wait for them to be up. Right now, with the mix the way that it is, I'm happy with where we're at. And maybe we can consider getting some of the other young guys into the mix. Again, I've already said, winning is not what we should be doing right now. We're 2-0 now. This is terrifying. I did not expect us to be 2-0 to start the season. In the meantime, thank you all so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.